This is WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky Morning Start here on WKYT. We are glad you're with us today. I'm Bill Bryant.
I'm Rebecca Smith. For a lot of you, it's your second day back to school for the kids and the parents and all you teachers out there.
And first for some others who are starting off today. Now at 6:30, all the guests at a Lexington hotel had quite an inconvenience. They had to move out in the middle of the night, find somewhere else to go after a fire. We'll have more details on that. A live report is just ahead.
We have an update for you this morning on the results of tests done on an oily substance that spewed into a Powell County community after a lightning strike.
A traffic alert this morning for drivers who frequently use Lexington's New Circle Road. Also, some problems on I-64 this morning. All of that ahead on WKYT.
Still looking for the best chance of rain to come this weekend. There's not much going on right now, and I don't expect much the next couple of days. Just scattered showers here and there, a few rumbles of thunder. But like I said, this weekend, some heavy rain and widespread rain is coming. I'll show you when that arrives coming up.
All right, let's get right to the news. Some frightening moments for guests at a Lexington hotel. Firefighters say the building there caught fire.
The fire started late last night at the Ramada Hotel on North Broadway. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner is live for us on scene this morning, joining us with the latest on this.
Good morning, Rebecca. The hotel is closed for now, and you can see here there is debris left over from the fire that started late last night. Now, we talked to the manager about a half an hour ago. He said he's been waiting for daylight hours to see what needs to be done inside to make repairs. Certainly startling moments late last night for many here at the Ramada on North Broadway who were woken up by the sound of smoke detectors. Multiple fire crews pulled in around 11 o'clock last night and quickly tackled a fire inside the hotel. Those crews weren't yet able to tell us an exact cause of the fire, but did say it started in a storage room off of the kitchen. That kitchen, firefighters say, was not being used when the fire sparked.
The Ramada is relocating all of the patrons to other hotels. We've been able to let them get in and get some of their essentials, keys and wallets and that sort of thing.
Luckily, no one was hurt in the fire. Now, in talking to that manager about a half an hour ago, he said he thinks this is probably an electrical issue. That's not an official word from firefighters yet. They'll be back later today to investigate. Live in Lexington, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Yeah, that kitchen normally just used to make breakfast. Thank you very much, Caitlin, for the update. We are tracking the investigation into a deadly motorcycle crash in Laurel County. It happened last night on Highway 192 west of London. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says a motorcycle crossed the center line and hit a van that had just pulled out of a driveway. Investigators say the driver of the motorcycle, William Hayes, died at the scene. We also are told that a passenger in the van was taken to the hospital with some injuries.
Owners of a pipeline in Powell County say the oily substance that sprayed onto nearby homes and yards last week presents no health effects. Investigators say the substance started spraying into the air after the pipeline was struck by lightning. Many people in the community became concerned because of the substance they thought was potentially dangerous. But the pipeline owner, Kinder Morgan, says that tests of the substance show there to be no short-term health effects associated with it. They also said the test did not indicate a concern for long-term effects either. Some families are still staying elsewhere as a precaution, though.
Now 6:34 on WKYT this morning. We have a traffic alert for you this morning on Interstate 64 in Shelby County, especially if you expect someone coming from Louisville into Frankfort or Lexington. Our Michelle Chamberlain is at our alert desk with some new details on this. Michelle?
Yeah, Bill, we just received word from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet that all lanes of I-64 eastbound at mile marker 44 in Shelby County are closed. Now, the lanes are not expected to open up for at least 3 more hours. Here's a map of the area. Lanes are closed due to a semi crash that happened just before 4 o'clock this morning. The semi is overturned and carrying a large amount of fuel, so lanes will be closed as crews work to clean up that mess. And we are told the detour to take is exit 43 to US 60 East. Once again, all lanes of 64 at the Waddy exit are closed. That's as you're coming into Lexington. We'll keep you updated on this story throughout the morning. And once again, these lanes are not expected to reopen for at least 3 more hours. So just know that on your morning commute. Guy?
Yeah, as a special heads up for state government workers who'll be coming in out of Louisville, Shelbyville, that area this morning, that is going to be an issue. Well, we haven't been dealing with a lot of wet weather the last couple of days. That could change, though, as we head toward the weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know, if you have some plans, it could be unfortunate for you. Meteorologist Micah Harrison at First Alert Weather Center with more.
Yeah, I know we have some plans this weekend. We have the Midsummer Nights Run going on Saturday evening. could have a little rain during that time. So it's just one of those times if you have weekend plans, especially, I would say that's especially the case on Sunday into Monday. Plans during that time, it looks pretty soggy. Saturday, we may get by with some of us not seeing much rain, but some of us, here comes some heavy rain. It's just one of those things we'll track in the upcoming hours. Defender Radar Network, nothing going on right now. But let me walk you through it, okay? I'm going to take you through when it pauses right here. This is through Saturday evening. And you can see that on the map. I mean, there's really not a whole heck of a lot of rain adding up in your rainfall gauge, right? But watch this. Remember, this is through Monday. Watch this. This is going to be Sunday into Monday added on. Look at that. That's not good right there. That's widespread heavy rain. Remember, you can get one thunderstorm and have nobody else seeing rain, and you can have a flash flood warning. So it doesn't have to be widespread rain to have flash flooding, but this is your best opportunity during this time in your 7-day forecast. I'm going to walk you through it in a little better detail coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And there's the update. State police think that foul play was involved in the deaths of a Butler County pastor and his wife. Police say Kenneth and Dorothy Nafis were found dead in their home Tuesday. Investigators say they have a suspect in the case now, and they think that the suspect left the scene injured. So far, no arrests have been made. Neighbors say they cannot understand why someone would want to kill that couple.
Very sweet, very helpful, there for you anytime, friendly. Dorothy was just very friendly, loved to talk.
State police say the bodies have been taken to the state medical examiner's office to determine an exact cause of death.
Later this morning, friends and family will say their last goodbyes to a well-known Montgomery County businessman and his daughter. Police say Frank Fortune and his daughter Sherry Lynn Shipowick died Sunday after their truck hit a tractor trailer on Interstate 64 near Mount Sterling. Friends say Fortune was always known for helping others in the community. They also say his daughter had just moved back to Kentucky to live with him. Their funeral starts at 11 this morning. 2 students suffered minor injuries after their school bus wrecked on the way home from the first day of school in Anderson County. Lawrenceburg police say it happened when the bus driver hit a car on Canterbury Street after accidentally passing a student stop. Shortly after police arrived, they discovered the driver of the car, Billy Cecil, was intoxicated. They say Cecil had a blood alcohol level over 3 times the legal limit. Witnesses described it being a blessing in disguise.
The bus backed into him, and they found that he was intoxicated. You know, maybe he could have, if it hadn't happened, maybe he'd have went on and something worse could have occurred. So, you know, maybe it was meant to happen. They, you know, got him off the street.
Cecil was arrested following the crash. Police say around 40 students ranging from elementary to high school were on the bus. They say many were shaken up, but all are expected to be okay. Police say the school bus driver does not face any charges. A Central Kentucky police officer says he was the target of a threatening letter sent to the city's mayor.
Bergen police officer Casey Rucker says the letter sent to Bergen City Hall Tuesday threatened both him and his family. Officer Rucker says the letter claimed he would be harmed. He says the letter also asked the mayor to, quote, rein in your new immature cop. Officer Rucker says he is the only active police officer in Bergen right now while the chief is on medical leave. He says the letter won't stop him from doing his job, but he is concerned about his family.
My wife and my child's 3. She has no clue, but my wife, she has to constantly watch her back as well as mine.
State police are investigating the threat. At this time, they tell us they still do not know where it came from.
We have a traffic alert this morning for drivers in Lexington who might be out on New Circle Road today. The Kentucky Department of Highways will be doing pothole repairs on New Circle today. The repair work will be between Leestown Road and Woodhill Drive, a wide area there. Road crews say it will be a mobile operation, so they're asking drivers to pay careful attention for signs and flashing arrows. The repair work is to be done between 9 this morning and 3 this afternoon, so give them the room they need to operate.
Let's get a check of how traffic is moving this morning.
Let's go to Officer Don with a check on live drive traffic out there at 98.1 The Bull. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Buses on the road this morning, so that's day 2. Get used to that on the inner and outer loops of the Circle. Just check New Circle and Liberty. No issues there so far this morning. Keeping a close eye on things for you. A live look outside at Lexington rush hour traffic flow. And right now inbound Nicholasville Road from Jessamine County still okay. And on the north side, no problems on Newtown Pike. Drive times holding our own right now, but we'll keep an eye on things. Don't forget I-64 eastbound is shut down in Shelby County. That's because of a collision that police are working there. Just a heads up for folks that are traveling from Louisville toward that direction. Getting a look right now at outside courtesy Lexington and Fayette Urban County government. Manowar and Sir Barton looks good. No major issues there. Now back to you in the studio.
And a beautiful start to the day out there. Thank you very much, Don. A quick reminder, you can get the latest traffic and weather info anytime with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. Download that for free in the app or Google Play stores and do it now. You're ready to go for the school year.
Yeah, we all want to do that, right? Get ready for a new year.
Got it. 6:40 now, 20 before 7 on WKYT this morning with a lot more news on the way.
A Pennsylvania man putting a new twist on the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Find out why he's traveling the country to do so when we...
And we're looking outside, not seeing much go on right now, but later on this afternoon, today and tomorrow, pretty much like the past couple of days, scattered showers. But the weekend rain chances, they increase big time. I'm going to show you when that arrives coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
It's actually a pretty good looking start to the day. It looks good. It just doesn't feel that great when you walk outside. It will feel like a sauna. When I walked in this morning, we were almost 80 degrees here in Lexington. Now we're at 75, clouds out and about. No rain right now. A couple of sprinkles down toward Williamsburg, and then make your way back toward Pine Knot and also Whitley City there in McCreary counties and Whitley County. But no real rain chance during the morning hours. Only a very, very teeny tiny chance. You get in towards your afternoon, that's a different story. Scattered showers, thunderstorms, that goes for today and tomorrow. So today and tomorrow are virtually carbon copies of what we've had past couple of days, where some picked up the rain, some have not. On Tuesday, I had 1.5 inches of rain at my house. We had one storm after another. And then 10 miles west of me, didn't have any. But then yesterday, I didn't see a cloud in the sky, and then 15, 20 miles west of me actually had some rain. So it all depends on where you live, and that's just the way it goes. It's going to go that way today and tomorrow. There's not really one location that I can say, there's your best chance of rain. That means heat indices, they'll continue to rise. Yesterday, we hit 97 for a heat index value. Here in Lexington, we're going to be 93 to 98 once again later on this afternoon. Storm chances will increase this weekend, mostly on Sunday into Monday. Saturday, still a pretty decent shot, but Sunday into Monday looks pretty soggy. Watch this. This takes you through Saturday at 8 p.m. Obviously, there is not a lot going on. There's going to be bits and pieces once again there now through Saturday. But watch this into Sunday into Monday. Check this out. 4.85 inches showing up in northern Kentucky. 2.23 showing up here in Lexington. Roughly 3 inches Frankfort, Georgetown, Peaks Mill, Stamping Ground, Owenton. Central northwestern zones we have talked about this past 3 days. Our mindset is not changing on that. That is your best bet for flash flooding. That heavy rain threat will be with us, like I said, especially Sunday into Monday. Farther south and southeast you go, obviously, not a great chance of flash flooding. That doesn't mean you can't have one storm that pops up and doesn't move and you have flash flooding. It just means the heaviest rain threat, the axis of that, stays central, northwestern zones. Just trying to make plans out for the weekend. It's going to be a little bit tough there, especially Sunday into Monday. Don't forget this, Perseid meteor shower. It's pretty cool. It's going to be later on tonight. With no clouds, 100 plus per hour is possible. Best view, get away from the city lights. That's the best chance. And then best viewing time is going to be midnight to sunrise, midnight to dawn. Keep that in mind with the meteor shower. Here's Paul Spicer. This is a pretty funny photo. Remember, I was showing off your first day of school photos. He said, 2 happy and 2 no. The 2 happies are the little ones. The 2 no, yeah, they're the more experienced one. They know what they're getting into when they head off to school. And another picture, this is a little cutie pie right here. First day of 2nd grade. Brittany Burns sent that one in. Guys, we appreciate that very much. Just to break it down, the 7-day forecast today and tomorrow, remember, is scattered. Saturday, you got the run, Midsummer Nights run going on. Hopefully we'll hold the rain off, but as of right now, it's late Saturday into Sunday and Monday that you see the heaviest rain come on in.
Yeah. Imagine all the stories those kids told when they got home from the first day, huh?
Really cute.
Hope it was good for them.
I love it.
Absolutely. All right, and make it a good one today. And our time is 6:47. Remember the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Yeah.
That was a couple of years back. It's now come back around with a new twist.
A Pennsylvania man taking the challenge across the country to raise money for ALS research. Larry Kaplan, a longtime volunteer with the Pennsylvania ALS Association, is doing the 50 and 30 challenge. He's driving to 48 states and flying to Alaska skin away. But he's not just dumping ice water on himself. That's going to depend on what state he's in. It could just be orange juice in Florida, chili in Texas. Woo, hopefully it's not hot. He was most recently in Iowa, where he had buckets of corn dumped on him.
Up until 2 years ago, when they had the Ice Bucket Challenge, if you didn't have a friend or family member that had ALS, you probably didn't even know what the disease was. So that awareness is key to raising funding, and that funding is going to lead to a cure.
Last month, the ALS Association announced the discovery of a new ALS gene that could lead to a breakthrough in treatment. They credit that discovery with the $115 million that was raised through the Ice Bucket Challenge. Did you ever partake in that, Bill?
I did not, but you know, who knows with this one? That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would pour on you in Kentucky.
Bourbon?
That's what I was thinking.
Bourbon.
Maybe so.
Hello, can you imagine that?
Or something to do with horses. No. 6:48 on WKYT this morning.
I know where you're going with that.
No, we won't go there.
So
we'll move on into your Thursday with more news on the way.
Coming up, dozens injured in an overnight explosion at an apartment building in Maryland. We're on the scene with the latest updates. Plus, an alarming new report about the dangers of flying debris on our highways. More real news coming up on CBS This Morning. Next.
Welcome back. 6:51 is the time this morning. Hope your day's off to a good start. Well, the eastbound lanes of Interstate 64 are shut down this morning after a crash in Shelby County.
Major inconvenience right now. One of the stories making headlines this morning. Michelle Chamberlain now joining us with a look at what is trending on the web. Michelle?
Yeah, that crash happened near the Waddy exit, which is close to the Franklin County border. Now, that crash has got all those lanes closed for at least 3 more hours. Kentucky transportation officials tell us a semi overturned, spilling possibly 80 gallons of fuel on the road. The lanes are expected, like I said, to be closed for at least 3 more hours as crews clean up. Officials suggest taking exit 43 at Waddy and continuing on US 60 East as a detour. All the guests of a Lexington hotel had to relocate to new hotels overnight because of a fire. The fire started about 11 o'clock last night at the Ramada Hotel on North Broadway. Firefighters say it began in the kitchen of the hotel, which was closed at the time. No one was hurt, and guests were able to go back inside and grab some of their belongings before moving to other hotels. And a train derailment in Pendleton County has left behind a large mess. Now, because the train was carrying hazardous materials, emergency crews issued evacuation and shelter-in-place orders for much of Falmouth yesterday. Those orders were lifted, but there's still plenty left to clean up there. So that's what's trending this morning on our web. You should go check it out, right, Rebecca?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Well, this morning, the NYPD is investigating how a Virginia man was able to scale the Trump Tower in Midtown Manhattan Wednesday afternoon. He said he did it so he could meet Donald Trump. Brian Webb is outside Trump Tower with the latest.
Emergency service detectives saw their window of opportunity and grabbed it, snatching a man who climbed the Trump Tower, ending a dramatic scene in downtown Manhattan Wednesday afternoon.
I was waiting for the perfect time to present itself. When that time came, I did talk to my crew, let them know, listen, he's at a level where I am able to grab him safely and bring him in.
The 19-year-old shimmied up the side of the 58-floor glass-covered skyscraper using suction cups and a harness. He reached as high as the 21st floor, dodging police during the 3-hour game of cat and mouse.
We wanted to proceed slow. We didn't want the individual to fall, so we wanted to do it in the most safe manner as possible.
The crazy sight all but shut down busy Fifth Avenue during rush hour.
People were screaming, "Don't give up."
I didn't know if I was rooting for him or if I wanted them to pull him in, but it was a crazy thing to see.
I'm an independent researcher.
The man said he wanted to climb to the top of the building to meet Donald Trump in person. He posted this video on YouTube Tuesday where he asks to meet with the Republican presidential nominee. Instead, he got a meeting with New York police, seen here treating him before heading to the hospital where he received a psychological evaluation. Trump tweeted, "Great job today by the NYPD in protecting the people and saving the climber." Brian Webb for CBS News, New York.
California officials say a hot tub's faulty wiring is to blame for one of the state's most destructive wildfires. The fire killed 4 people and destroyed more than 1,000 homes last September. The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection at one point said that the fire spanned 120 square miles.
Okay, have you noticed those dark red circles on the bodies of some Olympians like swimmer Michael Phelps and one of the gymnasts there, Alex Nador? Those are marks from a pain relief method that is called cupping. It's where you take warm, round glass suction cups and place them on sore parts of the body. It's supposed to stimulate blood flow and help muscles recover faster. Cupping is not a new technique. The ancient practice dates back thousands of years in Egyptian, Greek, and Chinese cultures, but it has gotten a lot of attention this time around.
It just looks very painful. No, thank you. I'll take the heating pad.
Yeah, I think that might be
Over
easier.
that.
Yeah, but you know, that's a lot of folks are talking about it.
It's all
right
the
now.
rage
Yeah,
these days.
Want to check in with Micah before we go this morning for a quick look at the weather for this Thursday? Ah, look at that.
Check
shot.
that out. How cool is that,
Wow.
right? It's always good to finish off a show in this kind of fashion. I mean, it's a gorgeous view outside. Listen, if you have your phone on you, I want you to snap a picture, send it to me. I'm going to show it off at 10 a.m. and noon, and show it off on Twitter, too. So Twitter, Micah Harris WX, and also on Facebook, Micah Harris WKYT. Grab your phone, snap that picture. It's awesome, awesome view on our live sky camera. And look, this morning, I don't see any problems this afternoon. A couple of scattered thunderstorms here and there. It's just kind of like the past couple of days where some see the rain and some don't. That's just the way it's going to go. Muggy, nasty feel. I don't want you to forget about this. Percy meteor shower. Go ahead and set an alarm on your phone. I'll put it on Twitter once again, Micah Harris WX. You can follow me, and I'll follow you back. But yeah, best of you, midnight tonight through sunrise tomorrow morning.
Well, we'll all be up, so we'll get to see
will
it
be up.
here for work.
Yeah.
Nobody's more up to date than you. Thank you for being with WKYT.
Bye-bye.